Hello, writers! We are learning about the traits of writing. We've talked about the trait of idea. Bing! I have an idea, and now it's my topic. We have talked about the trait of sentence fluency. Does my writing sound right? Does it make sense? We've talked about the trait of conventions. Think about all the signals that we have learned that are inside our conventions toolbox. We have talked about voice, using words and our punctuation mark to show the reader how we're feeling through our writing. Today, we are going to talk about a new trait, the trait of organization. I want you to think of a train when you think of the trait of organization. I'm going to sing you a little song to help you remember the trait of organization. Writing in the morning and I feel so witty. Gonna organize my paper, gonna make it look pretty. 'Cause I'll start with the beginning, then a middle and end. When I'm finished with my paper, I'll check transitions again. I'm talking about have a bold beginning, then a mighty middle, write a strong ending. The order will flow like oh, 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 oh. We are learning about the trait of organization. I want you to think of a train. A train must have an engine, that's our beginning, and it must have a caboose, that's our ending. So our writing must always have a beginning and an ending. Everybody's middle will look different. Some middles are small, and some have lots of parts. Our middle is connected with transitions. Transitions help us get from one part to the next. Some transitions we have learned are first, next, then, and last. In my writing today, I want you to see how I use the trait of organization. I have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Okay, writers, today we are going to look at my writing to see how I use the trait of organization. Does my writing have a beginning, middle, and end? I wrote about the Bears game. Let's read my writing and see if I have a beginning. I watched the Bears game. I introduced my topic, so I have a beginning. I'm going to underline my beginning in green, so you can see where my beginning of my writing is. Now I'm going to read to see if I wrote about the Bears game. The Bears played the Buccaneers. The score was 20-19. The Bears won by 1 point. I was happy that they won. Did you watch the game? I asked a question at the end of my writing. So my ending is a question. It does not always have to be a question, but I always like to ask the reader a question in my writing. So I have a beginning and I have an end. Remember, we talked about a train. A train has an engine, that's my beginning. A train has a caboose, that's my ending. A train also has cars in the middle. Now, some trains have many cars, and some trains just have a few. Let's see how many cars are inside of my train. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness, I had 4 train cars. That means I have 4 sentences in the middle of my writing. My writing has a beginning, a fat middle, and an end. Today in your writing, I want you to make sure you have a beginning, a middle, and an end. All right, writers, now it's your turn. You have to try to use the trait of organization in your writing today. I want you to think of a train. Your writing should have a beginning, a middle, and an end. My writing today had a beginning, so I underlined it in green. It has a fat middle. That means there's lots of details. And it has an ending, which I underlined in red. I hope you enjoy writing today. Remember, you want to think of a train when you think of the trait of organization. Your train cannot work if it doesn't have an engine. So if your writing doesn't have a beginning, your train won't go anywhere. Your train needs cars in the middle. Trains always have things in the middle. So you have to have a middle. And you also need an end. So make sure you have those three things: a beginning, a middle, and an end. Happy writing, writers! I can't wait to see what you write.